Herbert ain't moved yet.
Big boy. Go on, move. Move, big boy. Move, big boy.
Herbert, move, Herbert.
Herbert doesn't have a tail. That one's Oscar. That's moving with the tail.
Oh, they're banging on the side of the...
Come on, Herbert.
Okay.
Big boy, get right here. That's also a big boy right over there. Come right here.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
There they go.
So they're feeding right here. Well, you can see it perfectly right
Move,
here.
big boy.
Oscar's feeding time.
No, Oscar's over there. Right there. Over there. Yeah, has the tail.
He's on the other one.
Alright guys, welcome to Alligator Adventure. In case you have not met me yet, my name is Dylan. I'm one of the zookeepers here. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. So obviously I'm going to be feeding some of these hungry alligators for you guys, telling you all a little bit about them throughout the show. Before I get started with that though, there are two quick rules I do need to go over for everyone. First one being is I cannot have anyone sitting or standing on any of these low wooden fences throughout the park. Second thing being is we cannot have anybody standing on top of anybody else's shoulders. The reason we have these rules in place is because we do not want anybody falling over onto the boardwalk and getting hurt, or worse, heaven forbid, falling into one of these alligator pits. You guys notice they do get a little bit excited whenever we feed them. We do not want anything to happen to any of you guys. I do not see anyone breaking those rules though, so thank you guys very much. Now I go ahead and get started feeding. Now what I'm going to be feeding these hungry alligators today is some of this nasty, stinky rotten chicken. We let it sit out for a day or two, so it's pretty gross, gooey, nothing you guys want to go anywhere near. These alligators though, they absolutely love this stuff for a couple of different reasons. First reason being is this is what they go for out in the wild. Now in the wild, alligators are not picky by any means. They do not care if that prey is alive, dead, rotten. It doesn't really matter. They're still going to go for it either way. So that's what they get for it out in the wild anyway. So that's why they totally like this stuff. So another reason why these guys like this stuff is, like I said, it's already gooey, it's already broken down, it's already starting to decompose. That means half their work is already done for these alligators to digest it. It doesn't take nearly as much time or energy for it to go all the way through their system, which makes it a little bit easier on their stomachs and on their digestive tract. Now, all these alligators that you guys see before you guys are all American alligators. There are only two kinds of alligators in the entire world. There are American alligators and Chinese alligators. Now, we do have some Chinese alligators here at the park. We are very fortunate enough to have them show off to you guys. The reason I say we are fortunate enough is because Chinese alligators are very critically endangered. There's only about 200 or so left out in the wild. The reason for that is they're only found in one river in China, so hunters know exactly where to go to kill them all for their skins and their pelts. That's why I say we are extremely fortunate enough to have them show off to you guys. We do have about a dozen or so located at the very front of our park, right next to our bobcats. Now, these American alligators, though, they are all over the place in the United States. These guys can be found anywhere from North Carolina all the way down to Florida, as far west as eastern parts of Texas. These guys like to love to hang out any kind of freshwater systems. Mainly, they're going to be around any kind of ponds, streams, rivers, stuff like that. Now, alligators are what's called ambush predators. So if you guys take a look at the tops of their heads, you will notice that both their eyes and their nose are on the tops of their heads. That way they can keep those two things outside of the water. They can still see and breathe, keep the rest of this body hidden underneath the surface of the water. Now alligators are going to sit at the very edge of anything that is deep enough for them to hide in. Like I said, any kind of ponds, streams, rivers, anything like that. They wait at the very edge until something gets a little bit too close. Now once the animal gets too close, these alligators are going to lunge out. They're going to use that powerful tail, just like they jump up to get some of this water. They're going to use it. It's going to act a little bit like a spring to propel themselves forward. They're going to try and grab the animal, drag it back down into the water, and then eventually drown it. Once they are able to kill their prey, they do not chew their food up like near you. Instead, they just bite and hold on, thrash around a little bit, try and rip off some really big, nice chunk-sized pieces of meat, and then they're going to swallow those chunks whole. Now you will notice that throughout the show, I do toss out some of these little brown pellets as well. Some of this chicken, and these brown pellets, some we call crock chow. It's kind of like your granola bar. It has all the vitamins and nutrients that an alligator does need. They do not like it as much as this chicken though. Like I said, this chicken has this nasty, stinky smell, so they absolutely love it. This crock chow does not have that smell though, so because that, they do not like it nearly as much as some of this chicken. So that's why we do have to kind of put it inside the chicken. That way they'll still kind of go for it. That way you still have a nice balanced diet. Now, all these alligators have about 80 teeth in their mouth at any given time, but they can go through about 3,000 teeth in the course of their life. Their teeth are a lot different than mine and yours. Now, us as humans, we get two sets of teeth, our baby teeth, then our adult teeth. After that, that's kind of it. We don't get any more. Alligators, on the other hand, their teeth are sort of stacked like little ice cream cones. So every time they lose a tooth, they have another one underneath it that pop back into place to replace it, up to about that 3,000 number. Now, if you guys have not been to Crocodile Cove yet, we do have a more like crocodile back there. We call him Grandpa because it's actually gone over that 3,000 limit, and he only has about 10 or so teeth left in his mouth. Now, out in the wild, that is very detrimental because without these teeth, alligators and crocodiles, these guys have a really hard time of holding on to any kind of prey. That prey is a lot more likely to be able to get away from these guys. So it makes it really hard for these guys to be able to find anything to eat out in the wild. Now, here at Alligator Adventure, though, since we pretty much give most of our alligators and crocs this raw dead chicken, it's not really too much of a big deal. Grandpa's going to live a nice, happy life here. Now, some of these bigger alligators out here, they have an extremely strong bite force. These bigger alligators have about a bite force of about 2,000 pounds per square inch of pressure. Now, to give you guys an idea about how much pressure that is enough force to be able to crush a cinder block with a single bite, as well as easily enough force to be able to crush any bone in the human body. So, when these guys are really small, they do not have that enormous jaw pressure, so whenever they're very small, their teeth are especially sharp. Now, the purpose of those really sharp teeth is since they do not have that really strong jaw pressure, they're not able to instantly kill and crush anything they first bite a hold of. Those really sharp teeth are going to make it really easy for these guys to thrash around, trying to rip off really big, nice chunks, nice piece of meat. That way, whenever they are still very young, if they're not able to instantly kill and crush anything they first get a hold of, they still are going to get some kind of food for any kind of energy that they did have to use. That way, they do not go away empty-handed.